Alright, hello. In this video, we will be racing in a literal dumpster fire. This is my dumpster fire. Goes around 40 miles per hour, 70 with the boost. And, let's get racing. Of course, this build will be available in the description. And my goal is to get to the top of the mountain. Oh, that's attempt number one. That is attempt number two. Not the best at this, but we'll get there eventually. I forgot that I have to activate the boost before I go over. Yep, like that. We just went around 70 miles an hour. Ooh. It is a little bit glitchy due to the hinges and the lid, but it does work. Let's see, can we get up here? So my goal in this video is to go from the bottom, right over there, jump over the gap, and get to the top of the mountain. And I will be counting time from previous attempts and tallying them all up. Joshua is my editor. Thanks, Joshua, by the way. You'll probably see us pretty late around the weekend before Christmas. October, Halloween, yeah. But, let's hope that we can get to the top without falling over too much. I'm not gonna go up there. So, this dumpster fire took me around half an hour to complete, and doesn't look too bad. And I will provide the build info in the description if you want to download and play it yourself. And the game that I'm playing right now is called Trailmakers, where you can build whatever you want, for example, a dumpster fire. And in this dumpster fire, I use the wheels on the bottom and some engines to make it go pretty fast. Hopefully, this section is one of the harder parts of the island. I hope I don't fall down. This is a tiny little cliff ledge. I'm gonna try to crawl up in my dumpster fire. I use no gyros. This is just 4 Dragon engines. I only use one most of the time, but I do have an extra 3 if I want to use a boost, like that. I have to be really careful right here because I go over the edge. I've never really had to use, except for like jumps, the boost in one Dragon engine is usually enough. Tip in building, don't put way too many engines. I fell down. I'm gonna go to the nearest checkpoint, which I believe should be right here. Right, yeah, right here is the nearest checkpoint, but, if you are gonna be building a car, or a dumpster fire, or whatever you do decide to build, don't put a ton of engines inside, otherwise, as soon as you accelerate, it's gonna flip over. And if you are gonna put extra ones, just have most of them on a keybind for boost, just so that you can use them separately. Like right now, if I use my boost, I would fly right off the edge. Also, if you are experiencing still issues with flipping over, I would recommend putting some weight blocks in the bottom of your car. On this build, I have 200 kilos of weight at the bottom. I would have used pounds, but Trailmakers was made in, I believe, Sweden, and they measure stuff in metric. but I hope it doesn't take too long for me to get up. Also, don't just hold down engine. If you're starting to slide, turn down your engines. For example, in some areas, I can just stop using my engines entirely. This is a tricky part. I got to the next checkpoint. And I'm gonna drive down as fast as I can. That's gonna be another attempt. Hit the edge and got flung off. So, another tip is, you don't have to use the textures for what they say. For example, the lid, it looks really nice, but the texture name is actually wood. So, you don't have to use everything for what it's named. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna be able to cross the gap. Oh, I just barely managed to cross it. Alright, and that's time. So, yeah, this is my tiny little build. Looks really nice. Um, you do need the rescue DLC for these smoke generators, though. Oh, but they do look incredibly cool. Uh, I made this thing super compact, and just like I mentioned, the weight blocks are right here. So yeah, see you in the next episode.